Okay, so the fly I'm going to show you how to tie today is a squirmy worm. And I have a short on this I've already posted, but I thought I'd post a full-length video and explain it a little bit better because it goes by pretty quick, as 60-second videos tend to do. So the squirmy is a really effective fly in high water and pretty much any time for stocked fish, especially fresh ones. And the biggest reasons that people will quit tying these or shy away from tying these is because they say that it's either hard to get started lashing the material down the back, or they tie them and they have problems with them breaking all the time. And the way I'm about to show you will take care of both of those issues. Now, I really like to tie these on a size 14 heavy wire scud hook from MFC with a 2.8 black nickel tungsten bead. The reason I like the 14s is because it works out with just the right size for me to take one of these strands and cut it into quarters to get my individual little pieces, and I don't wind up with any waste. I will sometimes go up to a size 12 scud hook and a 3.2, 3.3 millimeter bead just to get it down a little faster. If I do that, I usually, with a size 12, I usually cut one of these strands into about thirds. And then I use a black nickel bead just because black nickel is kind of my default bead color. So I'm going to start with UTC 140 in fluorescent pink. I like 140 because that thicker thread has less of a tendency to cut through the squirmy material. So wrap back to the bend and then take this material, instead of laying it on top and trying to capture it down, having a hard time because your thread's chasing that material around, double this material over your thread. It also helps to spin your thread a little bit and flatten it out. But double this material over your thread with a little bit less than half of it towards the back. And then tie that down, holding it high up top. And don't pull real tight on it and get it tied down really tight with it all stretched out. That's the kind of thing that breaks these flies. So you don't have to get it really tight. Do 3 wraps in front of your tying point and 3 wraps going back to your tying point. And now I'm going to do a couple wraps behind my tying point like that. So there's 1. I'm going to do 2 more. And those wraps right there are what's going to keep it from unwinding, keeping this from unraveling underneath your thread. Then I'm going to progress back to the front. I'm going to half hitch to secure my thread and hang it on my bobbin cradle here. Now, this is the big critical part about making this fly durable. Most people's squirmy worms break apart because they pull way too tight on this and they do 20 wraps to get to the front, and you wind up with that material looking real thin like that. To make it durable, you're going to hold this really loose, barely stretch it at all. So there's its natural resting place. I'm going to pull it to about right there, and I'm going to go forward. It should only take me 3 or 4 turns to get to the front. So there's 1, 2, 3. On a 12, I do 4. And now I'm going to get this bobbin cradle out of the way. I'm holding that in place, and I'm going to take my thread and gently do 1 wrap over top of it, 2 wraps over top of it, and I'm still not pulling real tight. Now I'm going to go in front of it and do a couple wraps, and then I'm going to do a little 2-turn whip finish right in front of it. And that's just to keep this in place from where we've wrapped over top of it. Now, I'm sorry, that's to keep this next whip finish in place, because this next whip finish isn't going to be super tight. Now this next whip finish, you're going to do 1 turn just over the bead and in front of your squirmy material here, 1 over the squirmy material, then in front again, over again, in front again. And then tighten that one down. And then last, I'm going to do a 3-turn whip finish in front of that squirmy material. And then cut your thread. And now you have a durable squirmy. And all those whip finishes may seem excessive, but that's what keeps it from unwinding. You could probably get away without the first one, but it makes me feel better about them. I don't have them unwind on me since I started doing that. But again, the key to keeping these things durable is wrapping that body section very loosely, not stretching that material really tight and not taking too many wraps to get the front. And this will last you a long time. You can catch a lot of fish on this. You can leave them in your fly box for months. I have not had any problems out of these since I started tying them this way. And this is not my original idea, by the way. I got this from a friend of mine named Kendall, who ties these a lot. And he got that idea from someone else, I think. So not my original idea, but worth passing on. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And a little announcement for you. I do have a boat now. Had it for a little bit, but I haven't said anything about it on here. So I'm booking float trips, smallmouth, trout. Give me a call. I'm booking trips on a lot of our local rivers here. So if you're looking to do some fishing, hit me up. My contact info and booking info is in the description in the channel info. So thanks.